All right, take 2 here. So here we go.
All right,
I was just making sure I saved it. 'Cause I know last year I went over 2 hours once, and I didn't save it. And I was like, oh, great, it'll be fine. Let it go to like 2 hours, 10 minutes. Hit save. Last second.
Files?
I save it to my phone. I don't know if that's considered file. Yeah, I guess it's files technically. I save it to the voice memos thing, and it didn't save. It didn't like fully save. So now I split it up.
How long do you usually take till you upload it?
I don't know. I usually try to read it. I listen over it a little bit.
For you to upload it.
If I know I have to re-listen to certain things, like depends. But sometimes I just like say screw it. I don't know how. Here's the thing: if I want to bleep things like that, I have to do it on my computer. And jump spaces on my computer, not even enough to open another tab here. So I'm probably not going to get cut off. I don't have enough space to open another tab.
No way.
Let's see.
I just had to get
No way.
It's bad. You think you got a new computer too?
Yeah, bro. My Mac.
1.3 gigabytes actually. It's actually pretty good for me.
It's not working anymore.
Oh, mine's usually like 10 megabytes.
Dude, the letter that's in front of the B for me is something I've never seen before. It's not a gigabyte, bro. I have no idea what it is. It's like a kilobyte or something.
Megabyte. Oh, kegabyte. Yeah, kegabyte.
Dude, it's
a kilobyte.
It's not.
Kegabyte.
It's a letter I've never seen before the B. I have like negative space.
A megabyte?
Yeah, it's crazy. I just had to get a hard drive.
I need to find a thing
so I can make
plug
mush.
in my Mac.
Kilobyte.
It's kilobyte.
Kilobyte.
Oh, so it's megabyte and then kilobyte. So I messed up the mega and the kilo. Kilobyte's tiny, yeah. It's a collection of 1,000 bytes, so even smaller. So you're basically down to the bytes.
Dude, yeah, I'm screwed.
Which is nuts. You're toast. I'm in the same range. If there's a 2 for 1, hey, me and you get involved. Buy a new computer each. So that was great talking baseball. Now we'll just run through quick NFL. Run through that very quick.
We can skip the last game. That's fine. We can skip that one.
We'll talk very briefly. A minute. We'll talk a minute.
We can skip that one.
We'll talk a minute about that. Talk a minute about all this stuff. Get into the Celtics for a second. Then your music. So I realistically, let's say this: 5 minutes NFL, 3 minutes Celts, 30 seconds clips. Why not? And then talk music for like 5 minutes or whatever, and we'll play time zone, and we'll be out of here in like 20 minutes because we've been in here for a while, and you guys are all sweating. Liam looks like he had a whole practice.
We're not gonna do the Christmas thing.
He had a whole practice. No, of course. Paul looks like he had a whole practice. Ryan's sweating. I'm sweating. I mean, it looks like we just.
I was skipping the gym today, dude.
Yeah.
I know you didn't have to.
Now I can do this.
Yeah, you didn't have to go to the gym.
Skinnier by the minute.
Yeah,
You didn't have to go to
I
the
don't think
gym.
that's possible.
You didn't have to go to the gym. So we'll start off Patriots-Raiders. Obviously a tough game for the Patriots yesterday.
Dude, I was watching it and I was literally like flipping through channels and I would always just check the score and be like, oh, we're good. Like,
What? All right.
This is
I'll say this.
a dub. This is a dub. That's what I thought. And then I turned it on and we're losing. I was like, what happened?
That play is going to be the most talked about, that Jacoby Myers lateral, but that touchdown by Keelan Cole should not have been a touchdown. That's not getting talked about all today. That's not getting talked about all today. It's just the
The
Jacoby
only
Myers
people who are
thing.
talking about that is new people from here because they know it shouldn't have been a touchdown.
It shouldn't have been. I know that.
Overshadowed by
The play, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even want to get into it. I was going to say, give us one word to describe your reaction.
Give us one word. Go.
Game.
One word. Abysmal. I'll say, because how do you lose like
Abysmal's
that?
a good one.
Go, one word.
The first thing that comes to my mind was just sad.
Sad.
Just sad.
Comical. It's like how do you put? You can't put a word on it.
Yeah,
It's just,
I know. It's
Jake?
I guess.
It feels fake.
I mean,
I didn't even have words. I just put my head down and just like sighed.
Cried.
I sighed.
Silence.
everyone on ESPN, everyone everywhere saying the same thing, and I respect Jacoby Myers for owning it, but it just felt like the single most idiotic play in NFL history.
If
You know what I mean?
if we won that game, we have a 64% chance.
The lateral backwards from Jacoby Myers. Yesterday.
Also, you ladder it to Mac Jones. All you get is a Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
Which even that's a bad idea. But you ladder to Mac Jones. It's not going to juke anyone.
No.
The game's over. It's his hands anyways.
Yeah, if we won that game, we have a 64% chance of making the playoffs. Now it's 22. It's
And now you got the Bills, Dolphins, and who's the third? Bengals. Bengals, Dolphins, Bills is your last three. So that's tough. I think you could sneak a game against the Dolphins. I thought you guys were going to split with the Bills this year. I told you that during the summer. Mm-hmm. So in that case, you'd make the playoffs if you win 2 games. So 2 out of your last 3, you'd make the playoffs. But obviously a tough game there. Giants, Commanders, big win last night for the Giants.
Yep. Huge.
Huge. Got a huge win at the end. One thing with the Giants there that was a tough thing is their defense really was struggling to stop Brian Robinson. Still ended up getting a win, thankfully. But the Giants' defense got heavy pass rush from Kayvon Thibodeau. We were waiting for that to happen.
He
just
stepped up. Yeah.
Unreal. I mean, he was unreal out there. Just everything he was doing. He was winning every play. Just with every single pass rush snap. He was winning. He was even got coverage some plays. He had a great game overall.
I mean, he scored the Giants' first touchdown.
He did. Mm-hmm. He did scoop and score. Stripped the ball from Heineke and then picked it up, got a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
Saquon Barkley had an unreal last drive. Just put the team in his back and said, I'll get you guys the first downs to win. That was great. Daniel Jones, I thought, played very well. He didn't have a touchdown, but his throws to get the Giants down the field when they were about 3rd and 6, 2 or 3 times on one of their drives that they scored a touchdown to Saquon was elite. He had a great game. And I'm happy for DJ getting his first win on primetime. I think at the end of the day, it did not come down to him. The reason why we lost a lot of primetime games. Since he's shown up all season, that's one of my hot takes for the year. Daniel Jones at 12. of where I think he ranks in quarterbacks in the NFL. I had him behind Russell Wilson. Everyone in the world would agree now Daniel Jones is better than Russell Wilson. I had Daniel Jones ahead of that. The amount of people that was coming at me before the year, which I went back to my motto or whatever after I said, I had Daniel Jones ahead of Russell Wilson. Everyone was like, you had Russell Wilson behind Daniel Jones? I said, yeah, dude. So I see Russell Wilson going downhill. He ended up did go downhill.
Major regression.
Yeah.
Bad year for him.
The Giants need to get DJ a tight end.
Tight end, another
They-
wideout. I mean, Kenny Galladay didn't work out.
I think tight end would be bigger because I feel like if he can find a way to make the check down game stronger, like how Mac Jones does, or
And it runs to the outside. It helps us run to the outside.
and make his life so
ball.
much easier. It just makes the game another dimension that will make the play calling easier and just make everyone's life overall easier to take the workload off. It doesn't even
Do
have
you think it would be a giant mistake if they did not get a tight end?
I would call it a giant
You
mistake.
should be a comedian, dude.
Yeah, you should be a comedian. Yeah, can the last minute of this just be like at the end, like you just like saying jokes and stuff and just making noises and
You need a
stuff?
laugh track though. Gas me up a little.
I will. I can figure it out. So now I'm going to do some quick questions really quick. Right before we get into the Colts Vikings. Why don't we talk about that for a minute? Colts find themselves up by 33 nothing, end up losing that game. I don't know how you end up losing that game. That's worse than Matt Ryan's 20.
I was going to say, you're Matt Ryan at the helm. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why it happens.
I don't know how you lose that game.
33 points. I still can't wrap my head
I-
around how the Vikings won that game.
Vikings
I mean,
have the
that was
cleanest
unbelievable.
uniforms in professional sports.
I love it. The helmet as
I wouldn't
well.
say cleanest.
love the
Clean, bro.
uniforms.
They're
I love
so
the
I wouldn't say
uniforms.
cleanest.
Dude, no. Everything, their color scheme, the way that they have their logos, even like the way that they write Vikings on the shirt, and it has like
You like the
oh,
yellow in
dude,
it, too?
it's
They're just
So
clean.
sick.
I think
And their logo is so
I was
You
big
say
on the
all
Vikings
sports?
before this.
These are all sports, yeah.
I think the Blues do.
Yeah, the Blues
I like-
do have sick ones too.
I like the Blues.
Blues aren't even in my top 3 for NHL though.
For NHL, not in your top three?
Wow.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I like the Sharks the most.
Yeah.
Sharks, I like the
Sharks
Oilers
are my
jerseys.
top
I like the
three.
Oilers
I
jerseys.
love the Oilers.
No.
jerseys.
I love the Oilers jerseys.
Oilers, the
No,
ones
the
that they
orange.
just went back to. So they had the orange ones last year, but I think they just went to the royal blue primaries again that they wore back in the day with
Yes.
Gretzky and
Yes.
stuff.
Sweet.
Those
Yes.
are
So
unbelievable.
that's
those
what
are- yes.
awesome.
I like all the
I
jerseys.
hated the
though.
one that
The
they
dark
had,
blue.
The
Yeah.
dark blue one that
The Oilers
was-
are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The dark
I hate-
blue Oilers, yeah.
I kind of like that.
That would
one.
look
I
good.
like- I kind of
They
like
need,
it.
they need to
right
give
there.
it the accent of the orange to make that better. It's
Yeah,
too much
yeah.
blue. It looks
I
too
like the
plain.
orange jersey.
Orange contrast. Orange and blue contrast. So
Yeah,
the Knicks
exactly,
jerseys
yes.
are so nice. The Mets,
Yeah.
you know,
Dude,
the Islanders.
dude, the Mets have nice uniforms.
They do. The Mets black. I
Mets
love their
nice.
black
Yeah, the
alternates.
black one's sick.
So heat.
That's one Yuli wears
So heat.
around the most.
Oh, no, those are fresh though. I like that.
Yeah,
I like the
they're
jersey a
fresh.
lot. Which at the end, yeah, that can be a quick hint question. Top 3 jerseys in sports. Why not? Really quick though, we talked about the Colts Vikings. Jaguars beating the Cowboys yesterday.
Oh my God.
I want to get you guys' opinion on this. You're starting a franchise right now. Your first 3 picks, let's say the only quarterbacks. I know if you're drafting a whole league, Micah Parsons probably somewhere in there. You have other guys in there being the top 10, top 15 that aren't quarterbacks. If you're drafting a team right now, I said that just based on quarterbacks for the future, so it's not just winning right now, it's winning, for a franchise and you're building. I said number 1, I said this a couple weeks ago, Mike Hurley's the one that convinced me of it, and I believe it. Number 1, Mahomes. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence. 3, Joe Burrow. I think Trevor Lawrence is right up there. I think he's not only shown it this season, he's got vintage Brady in him going down the field. Yesterday, he even had vintage Brady in him.
Yep.
And then you look at what he did 2 weeks ago as well. Vintage Brady just goes right down the field, 30-yard ins. He beat the Ravens a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks ago now, and that was the game that I was like, wow, like he's actually, looks like he has it. If you start a franchise right now, 3 quarterbacks you start with. Kenny. Burrow, Brady, Allen. I mean,
I would
Brady
say-
Brady was in there on Mike's just because he said if I want to win one Super Bowl right now, Brady's still in there. So I mean, if you want Brady in there, I mean, go ahead. But
I think Burrow's definitely a strong one. I'm gonna go 2 because I think 2 for young upcoming players. I think Burrow and I think Tua if he can stay healthy.
You like
he
Tua?
needs a stronger
That's my
line.
take.
He's had Tyreek and he's been very successful. He's had Jalen Waddle. He's been very strong. I feel like that, and he's a lefty, which definitely
Mixes
yes,
up.
it's not a huge thing, but when it comes down to a D end, a lot of guys will just be blind, not thinking, going for that right hand side ball, and if you don't think about that,
it's a different.
it's gonna make a huge difference. So
Perception,
yes,
yeah.
that doesn't make the whole argument, but I think Tua definitely he has that pedigree of being an Alabama quarterback. I think he's gonna bring it there, and he has an awesome. If I would bring
Jalen Waddle.
Tua coach.
Oh, Mike McDaniel.
I would bring
Beast.
Mike McDaniel. He's
Oh, he's a dog. He's a dog.
gonna be
I
one
love
of the
him. I
best
wish he was
coaches.
the
I'd give
Giants
him
coach.
2
I love
years to be
Daboll,
coach of the
too.
year. I give him.
I love Daboll, but he's
not
got
counting this
swag.
season. I give him 2 years.
He's
to
got
coach the year.
swag. I'm with you. Daboll's a stud
And
too, but
he takes accountability.
he does. No, he's funny.
He's
funny
bad
too.
too bad play, and I said I effed up. And he
Yeah.
called it. No other coach is going to do that.
Yeah.
No one's going to take that on
He's
himself
young
and say
too.
that's me.
And he's young, but I like that. Ryan, you got any takes on your top 3 QBs that you'd start a franchise with?
Give me Zappe.
Bailey Zappe. All right, that's one thing we'll get into. Mark, your top 3 quarterbacks, and we'll get into Bailey Zappe versus Mac Jones.
I think so. I think a very big thing I think of is, you're starting a franchise with a quarterback is longevity. So you obviously want a young guy, but I think the way that some quarterbacks play, like Lamar Jackson isn't going to have like the longest NFL career out of a lot of the quarterbacks that are like around his age.
At some point, he'll lose his ability to run,
exactly.
and that's a big part of his
so
game.
I think that takes that takes an
That's
aspect
his
of his game away, and that's obviously a huge part of his game, more than it is with any other quarterback. So I think you look at him and Jalen Hurts, and like that aspect of their game is taken away once they reach a certain point in their career. So I think top 3, gotta go Mahomes, gotta go Burrow, and then I think Josh Allen also loses points because even though his skill set and his athleticism is unmatched, I feel like it's just with his arm and everything else. I give that 3rd spot to Trevor Lawrence. The last month of football I've seen from him is enough to say
14 touchdowns to 1 pick.
Franchise with him.
Jalen Hurts, I mean, I think he's a better fantasy quarterback than he is real life. I think he's having a really good year. He could be an MVP.
Jalen Hurts
could be an MVP.
Jalen Hurts is MVP.
Jalen Hurts could be MVP.
He's
But I think if I'm
MVP.
starting
I'll
a
stick by
franchise, though, I don't think he's top 3.
No, I understand.
I
That's
don't
what I
think.
mean.
I think he's a lot better a fantasy quarterback than he is Justin
he's
Fields, too.
nasty, bro.
I think he's really good.
He gets me 30 every week.
I'm not disrespecting him. I just think if I'm building a franchise, he's still not in the top 5 to 7. He could be MVP this year. It doesn't mean he's in the top 5 to 7. Lamar was MVP 2019. I probably would have started a franchise with him, but most NFL GMs still would have rather started with a guy like Trevor Lawrence right now with Justin Herbert or Josh Allen because it's just the prototypical passing, pro passer, and that's not what Lamar really is, even though I love Lamar. But
Yeah, exactly.
it's a different, obviously, game. Really quick, so we talked Trevor Lawrence, obviously. Bailey Zappe versus Mac Jones. I was going to ask, is it Bill's time? But let's do Zappe versus Jones as our Patriots question. Do you guys still believe in Bailey Zappe over Mac?
I
believe in Mac.
Zappe is a beast.
I think you've got to roll with Mac Jones to the end of the
I
day.
believe in Mac.
I think that Mac is every time he comes off the field, he's like his body language is terrible.
Yeah.
He's
frustrated.
He doesn't exude
Yes.
the confidence you need in a guy who's going to
a
lead on the
quarterback.
team.
He needs to be a leader.
He's still young. That's
Zappe,
true.
it seemed like maybe I'm just being a little bit on the Zappe train, but I feel like the guys played better for Zappe. I feel like a lot of the guys work harder. It seems that way, especially if you have a guy who's putting his head down every single time and then getting upset about play calling or whatever.
Zappe is not the guy. Zappe's not the guy that's filling Tom Brady's shoes. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Mac
Yeah,
Jones
yeah.
is the guy that's
There were no
filling his
expectations
shoes.
around Zappe. There
Right.
was
So-
around Mac. That's right. You drilled it. That's a great point.
I don't think that's. Do you still think that's the problem? Do you think that's why
I
people
don't
are?
know.
I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think you can make that excuse forever. I feel like people online are saying that excuse for Mac Jones that he was putting too much pressure being the back coming into Tom Brady, but I don't think it's like that. I think that we're making excuses
It
for him at this
definitely
point.
takes a toll on him, but at this point, it's got to be like you've already been a quarterback for over a year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Especially when a guy from Western Kentucky is coming in and working.
I think the one thing about Zappe versus Mac Jones, and Ryan just alluded to it, that was a great point. There were no expectations for Zappe coming in, so the pressure was not on him. Mac, he was a Pro Bowler last year, had a very good season. Obviously, Patriots made some moves in the offseason, tried to help him out. The Patriots, in the division that got better, the Patriots obviously had to have a better season than they were, so expectations were high. They had to compete. And I think the expectations around Mac were too much going into a new system, and it's a new system. It's tougher for second-year quarterbacks to learn. Never mind a fourth-year quarterback, fifth-year quarterback. That's going to be hard for them. The second year, it's even harder. I think there were expectations around Mac. And another thing about Zappe that a lot of people don't talk about, I've told this to Mark a million times. You probably heard me say it, all of you. But I think the teams that Zappe played against, a lot easier defenses. The Browns, light defense to play against. There were two other ones. Was it the Texans? I don't know. The Patriots played some
Texans
weak,
was one of them.
Patriots played some weak defenses when Zappe was a quarterback. I think Mac, at the end of the day, was a Pro Bowler last year. Even though I'm not the biggest Mac guy, I think you got to roll with him. I think he gives you a better chance, personally. But that's just me.
I think Max needs to figure it out because I don't think Zappe's ever gonna get the opportunity to actually show what he's gonna do because he's not that guy for the Patriots. You know what I mean? Like the Patriots have all their cards on
Mac Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they drafted him to be the guy.
he's
so.
like Jimmy G. He's gonna find somewhere else.
I hope so.
he's
I think they're going
gonna
to trade him for
obviously-
something. I do.
Yeah.
I agree
I
with
hope
that.
he goes
So
to
go
like-
to Zappe?
Zappe, they'll trade him somewhere probably. I mean, you're going to make a decision at some point of Mac and Zappe. You're going to have to, right? I think it's going to be Mac you keep. That's what I would do.
He's gonna be a star somewhere
Zappe.
else. He's
Yeah,
not-
I hope he goes to like a averagely.
Neither one has the best arm strength. I don't think either one's going to put up crazy numbers anywhere they go, personally. But that's just me. I don't know. I think arm strength's a huge
Yeah, I
part
mean,
of
did
the
you
game
hear what Bill
today.
said yesterday? They asked him about the last play with the laterals. The laterals were obviously like the players came up with that on the fly. That's what Jacoby said and whatnot.
Stupid, I
But
think.
they asked Bill, why didn't you try for a Hail Mary in that last play instead of underneath pass and see what Ramondre can do? He said, we didn't think Mac had the arm strength for it, and that's not an exact quote, but he basically said Mac couldn't reach the end zone from there.
Which is
so
tough.
Dude, I remember you'd see everyone on the Patriots run down the field, and Tom Brady put his arm back, and then launch the ball.
Yeah.
Like, that dude had it on. Still
He
does.
did have a cannon.
Still does.
That
Yeah.
was a good arm.
It's crazy.
That was a good question, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
go
last
ahead.
question I want to pose. If you're looking back, if you have could look back in time, would you rather the Patriots kept Jimmy Garoppolo or Jacoby Brissett instead of trading them? We both had those big quarterbacks behind Tom Brady. Yes, Tom Brady was still here. He was still at his prime. Do you think we'd be in a better position if we didn't trade them away or get rid of them? Or do you think that we should still keep riding with Mac Jones
I
the way
think the
we're
problem
at?
is they
I'll go
traded
to
them with the idea that they were going to roll with Brady, and then they let Brady go.
Yeah.
And so I think if you're going to let Jimmy G go and you're going to let Brissett go, you got to stick with the plan. You got to keep Brady. And I know, like,
Also,
Look,
Jimmy
he
G's
won a
not
Super
going to
Bowl
want to sit on the
last year.
bench, though.
That's the thing. I think.
Yeah, that's what,
One thing
that's
is
what I was
this.
thinking about. Yeah.
What value they give you sitting on the bench if you knew Brady was going to be
Right.
at least another 2/3? You want to get a piece that's going to help you
Like,
win with Brady.
Zappe doesn't have
Yeah, that's
much.
why they traded him.
He doesn't have much to, like, show for, like, another team. Like, he went to WKU. Like,
yeah.
And also, Brady's still on a contract, so you're not going to pay Jimmy G $25 million
you
a
can't
year
give him
just
that
as a
extension that he
backup. You have to
needs,
get rid
yeah.
of him. That was a great decision to get rid of him. It was a great decision, I thought. At the end of the day, obviously, now you look back, you wish you had him. But,
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
It's obviously hard. NFL playoff picture, 2 predictions. Mark and Liam both had right. Liam over the summer had the Lions being good. They've won 6 out of their last 7.
Yeah.
Now they're 7-7. 6-1 in the last 7 games. Liam drilled that. Mark said the Vikings winning the NFC North. He's got that right. They've been dominant this season there. Both the predictions looking pretty good for him this summer and then right before the season.
Yeah, so I think I've been thinking about it. I think my prediction is actually going to end up hurting the Lions in the long run because, yes, they're playing really well right now.
They want that draft pick to build.
Exactly, because there's only one team that has been 6-7 and made the playoffs, and it was the 1980 Bengals. The only team ever. The Miami Dolphins had a really strong season.
That's 6-7. Now they're 7-7. But
yeah, but that was the
6-7.
only team ever
The Giants
that
made
have a 6-7 and to make the playoffs.
Giants won
Yes,
Super Bowl at 7-7.
Yes, they have the,
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. They do have the extra game.
The Giants won Super Bowl at 7-7. If you guys remember, but we're not going to bring that up. We're not going to bring it up, but they did win the Super Bowl at 7-7. It was that year.
You were telling,
It was
you
that
were
year,
telling, you
7-7.
were telling that story about your family?
I have mentioned it before.
Oh,
My
I
mom
was
and dad
gonna
got
say,
married
yeah,
because
you
of the
guys-
Giants,
yeah.
which you guys all know.
That's
But
one of my favorite stories to
no,
tell people.
of course, no, I love
That's
it.
one of my
I
favorite
love it. That's
stories.
why I have a reason being a Giants fan. Being
Yeah,
a Clippers
yeah.
fan, it's more just Paul George, but at least I have a family reason for being a
For
Giants
sure.
fan, which is great. Super Bowl predictions, very quickly. Give me your 2 teams if you could. If you don't got them right now, it's hard to do that. You can give me like 3 or 4 that are your top 3 or 4 teams to win the Super Bowl. If you got that.
Patriots, Eagles again.
Yeah. No, I see the Eagles making it to the NFC. I don't see them winning it. I'm trying to think who I can see.
Eagles, Bills.
I'll go Chiefs.
What are the other
I
big
got
teams in
Chiefs.
the NFC? Who are the top teams in the NFCs?
Vikings, Eagles, Cowboys. Those are your 3 right there.
I love the Vikings, though. I really do like the Vikings.
I
But it's only because they're uniforms.
really
I really do. Justin Jefferson's nasty.
Yeah, I love him.
Cousins is nasty.
one
I'm going to
person.
go Chiefs.
One
I'm going to
person
go
like
Chiefs.
I like for jerseys, and I like them for going to the Super Bowl is the Chargers. I like them
Really?
a lot. I like them a
Oh,
lot.
I know, neither.
I think the Patriots losing this week was humongous for them, and I think that's
How,
gonna.
how long do you think until one of these, like I feel like recently there's been like 3, maybe even 4, like big name quarterbacks that are just like on not terrible teams, but like teams that
Well,
aren't really doing much. Like, when do you think one of these like big name guys that everyone's been talking about since they've been in college is gonna win a Super Bowl?
Burrow was one of them right there. He's on a bad team. He just elevated that team.
Burrow,
Burrow
that's
was
why
that.
you start a franchise with a guy like him when you had that debate earlier. I mean, you
He's
look
a
at what he
stud.
did for Cincinnati. They
Yeah.
didn't win anything,
Yeah.
and he brought them to the Super Bowl
With 0
for the first time
expectations.
in
That team
forever.
wasn't going to the Super Bowl. They won 4 games the year before. Hey, I'll say
Yeah.
this. The Giants, same situation. Won 4 games last year. This year, we last in the division, just like the Bengals.
But like, when
Could
do
be
you,
on the
when-
way,
when
baby.
do you
Daniel
think-
Jones could turn into that.
When do you think, or do you think ever it's gonna be like, oh, this is Joe Burrow's league, or like?
I think
think
it's
it will. I
Mahomes'
don't think it will
league.
be.
I think it's Mahomes' league, Trevor Lawrence's league, and then Burrow's. I got Burrow 3, but
No,
Burrow's league 3rd. But I mean, it could be. I mean, at the end of the day, when you think top 3 quarterbacks in the league, they're always interchangeable for the most part.
I think the
I'm
only thing
gonna
that's
go. Sorry for the Super Bowl pick. I'm gonna go Chiefs, and I'm just gonna roll with my Vikings. I was gonna say Eagles, but and I know that they got stomped by the Eagles early in the year, but I want to say
Do
Vikings.
you think the Chiefs take down the Bills?
I think the
No,
Chiefs beat the. I think it's Chiefs Dolphins AFC. I think
Yes,
the Dolphins
I
make a
agree.
run.
I think
I'll
Dolphins
go
are
Chiefs
beat.
over Dolphins AFC. Eagles over. I want to say the Giants just because they're my squad, but I know I jinx every team, so I'm not going to put the Giants in the NFC Championship because that gives them the better odds to make it there. I don't know what team you think out of the. I don't know. I want to say an underdog team that just makes a run in the NFC, but there's not really one that like. There's so much
There's not really
mediocrity in the league.
AFC, I feel like that's where there's a more like teams you can pull.
Top
from.
heavy.
Like, a lot more players we can or teams we can pull.
I
from.
could see the Lions winning a game if they get in.
Yeah.
I
Anybody
mean,
at
I
the
don't know who
Packers?
they'd be playing against. You'd have to see
No.
it, but I could
Anybody
see
at the
it.
Packers? Hey, they're up 24-12 right now. Monday Night Football. 3 minutes to go. AJ Dillon 2 touchdowns. Ryan Hosea actually met AJ Dillon. BC,
big
yes,
BC
I
guy.
met him before.
I
11
need-
carries.
I need Christian Watson, baby.
11 carries, 36
Save my
yards, 2
fantasy
touchdowns. Watson's got 3 catches, 38 yards. Dillon's also added 3 for 35 in the receiving game. Rams quarterback Baker Mayfield, they traded for him. 12 for 21, 111 yards, 1 touchdown in a pick. And then you look at it as well. They've only scored really 1 touchdown tonight, and that was Tyler Higbee. So there's Liam's tight ends. You got to have a good tight end, don't you? So right there, Higbee.
Oh, yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
have good tight ends.
Yes, yeah, always.
So, but my Super Bowl pick, I don't know the NFC. I was going to say Eagles over the Giants, but I know that gives the Giants less of a chance to make it there. So I'm not going to do that. And I don't like the Cowboys, so I'm not going to put the Cowboys in. I guess I'll go Vikings. That's what a lot of people are going to have. No one's going to probably have the Dolphins in the AFC Championship, so that's my one sleeper team, I guess. But I'll go Eagles, Chiefs over Eagles.
Cap, who are your choices?
Cap, what do you got in the Super Bowl? Patriots, baby.
I really
Jets.
have no say.
No?
Jets.
I'm going Giants. win it all.
Jets, Jets.
I love it. You know what? I love it.
I
Ryan,
went
you
to
got your
win-
prediction? You gave yours, right, Kenny?
Yeah.
I said Eagles Bills.
Eagles, Bills. All right, I like it. Says NFL stuff. There's Super Bowl predictions. We'll talk Celtics for a quick minute. 1 minute.
Time Lord.
What do you guys think about the season? Time Lord coming back. Robert Williams been great.
I think
Time Lord's back. They got to get healthy and
Yeah.
get right. They got to get
I
back on
think
track.
we need to get back onto what we started with. Like,
I'm with that.
We gotta start playing the basketball that we were playing. Like Tatum needs to be the leader.
They need to use the paint.
He needs
I
to
totally agree.
Stop shooting threes.
They're
From the rim.
one-dimensional.
Tatum's
They're
relying on
one-dimensional.
three-point shooting.
It is all
Tatum,
shooting.
Tatum
It's all
needs to play
shooting.
like he's the best player in the NBA every night. He needs to.
They got to play like every game.
All the Tatum is the best
Time
player in
Lord's
the NBA.
Time Lord's
I think Jason Tatum's top 5.
I think Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
I think Tatum's overrated
Might be
personally,
MVP.
but
My hot take is I think
probably
I think
will be,
Jaylen
he's
Brown
probably
should be
number 1 or 2 right now,
one of
but-
the main players.
I think
he
Jalen
should be-
Brown's. If I'm building a team, I have to pick between 1 or 2 of
I
them.
agree.
I hate
I'm
Jaylen
taking Jalen Brown. Tatum's
Jalen
one.
Brown always has like 20 points at the end of the night, but it's like my memories every game is why did he just take that shot?
What about
Like,
Tatum though? The off balance sidestep
Tatum-
fadeaway
Tatum-
1-footed
Tatum-
threes that he takes every
Tatum-
single night.
Tatum's
He'll
like
hit one of them.
a
Everyone's oh my god, he hit it.
skilled
What about the other
player.
7 he
He's like a
missed?
skilled player. He makes that shot sometimes.
1 out of 7 of those crazy step back fadeaway
Yeah, but he
1-footed
makes
threes.
it sometimes. Jalen Brown sometimes air
Put 2
balls-
feet on the
air
ground.
balls
That's
so
how I feel.
bad though, and I'm just like, bro, like, how is this guy in the NBA? But then he
can't dribble
Then he
well.
has like 29 points.
He can't dribble. Tatum can't dribble the
Yeah.
best. He dribbles off his knee all the time too. Tatum in crunch time. If you want to stop Jason Tatum, I mentioned this before. Give him the ball with a minute to go.
I mean,
80% of the time he doesn't know what he's doing.
I want to say yeah, but I mean, you see what happened against the Lakers in that comeback. I mean, there was a collapse at first for the Celtics, and then
Yeah.
they came back, and then look, Tatum hit the shot over LeBron to go to OT. I mean,
He didn't show up in the NBA
that's-
Finals.
Yeah,
Didn't show up in the NBA Finals. No one
I
talks
know,
about that
I know,
anymore.
and it'll be a debate, and it will continue to
I
be a
love
debate.
Smart
But
too.
I like the way Box Smart plays. He should be a
Yeah.
Clipper the way he plays. Plays hard.
Yeah.
He's the only guy on the team
He's
that
one-
plays the
No,
Clips.
yeah, he's one of the only
plays hard.
guys that I can say on the Celtics. Like when we were making our playoff push, like he wanted it.
Yeah.
No, he
It was-
did.
It was
no,
obvious.
he's the heart of the team.
Yeah, it
We've
was
been saying that
obvious.
for years. You
Like,
know.
he wants.
He's a
it,
big
bro.
part of that. He's a big part of that. Dude's 150 degrees in here, but
Yeah,
I don't know if
mean,
you guys
it'll
have more with
continue
that,
to be a
but-
story with the Celtics. Like, but I think they're one of the most for real teams in the NBA. They proved it last year, and they're continuing to do it now.
The Clippers are just getting healthy right now. I'll talk to the Clippers for a quick second. They're just getting healthy. Perfect timing. Kawhi Leonard put up 31 the other night.
Wow.
Had a huge game. They've won 4 out of the last 5 now. They did bench most of their players the other night. And they did, lose the game. But I mean, what can you do? They did have a 3-game win streak at one point with Kawhi and PG playing, which was huge. Not Paul George, Paul George, but same thing, right? Same thing, right? PG 13 either way. PG 11, right?
Yep.
PG 22.
Sometimes, yeah.
22, yeah, you got your numbers down. But that's the thing. I think the Clippers just got to get healthy. That's the main thing they're doing right now. I love the way they play very hard. NBA Finals predictions, probably a little bit too early, even though we're about a fourth way through the season. It's probably too early to say who everyone has probably in there. But
Celtics Warriors.
you think they turn it around the Warriors? I mean, we're starting to get better now. They just got to win games on the road. That's what they're struggling with right now.
Because I feel the
Rematch?
same way about the Jinx. I don't
I
want to
think
say
so,
the Celtics, so I'll go Bucks. And
Bucks
I don't
Clips
know,
are
I
mine.
want to pick a sleeper team from the West, but I can't think of anybody. The West has been
Yeah,
absurd to
dude,
start the season.
I hope-
so
I
I'd
hope-
have to
I like
wait.
Bucks, Cavs, Eastern Conference Finals. That was my
I
prediction
hope
of the
the
season.
Bruins are
That-
keeping their
that's what I was
distance from the
thinking.
Celtics players around Boston right now. I don't want the Bruins to start losing.
Here's the thing about Tatum, and one thing I was saying was I think he's a very good player. I think those highlight real threes that he hits, those big shots, I think those overshadow a lot of the bad plays he has and times that he doesn't show up. And that's a lot of superstars, don't get me wrong, but in the biggest stage, NBA Finals, he didn't show up in any of those games.
I think Tatum's like 1 or 2 moments away from like being one of the Celtics like names. Like
I thought you were going to say the best ever, like LeBron.
No,
was
no,
like,
not
dude,
even-
oh.
not even
But there are some
Not
Celtics
even
fans that
close.
think
Yeah,
that, though, that think he's
yeah.
LeBron. It's like,
He'll never
oh,
get
dude,
there.
he's not LeBron.
No.
He could, and I know you guys might roast me for this, but he could end up on the Celtics Mount Rushmore at the end of his career.
Yeah.
If
Talent-wise,
and
he's
the thing
there. I mean,
is,
he has the top talent,
it's
probably.
the talent's there, but it's going to be championship success. That's what
That's what I
defines.
mean.
That's what defines
one
how
or
you
two
remembered as
moments
a
like
Boston
that.
athlete.
Does he got that dog in him, though? I don't know.
I know.
I've
Right now,
I've
he's
seen
shown
shades
that he
of it.
doesn't.
I've seen shades of it.
One
I
thing that I
agree.
don't
I
like
agree.
about this, and at the end of the day, he's a more talented player than some guys in the Clippers. Let's say we'll compare a guy in the Clippers. Robert Covington, not better than Jason Tatum. One thing you'll never see him do, though, is turn the ball over and walk back on defense. Tatum did that multiple times in the playoffs last year. Walks back on defense because he's arguing for a call.
he's pretty
Again,
cocky.
Never like
that's
that.
why I like
You
Jaylen
gotta
Brown.
hustle back.
Exactly.
You gotta hustle
Jaylen Brown,
back.
Marcus Smart.
Tatum,
No, and I
Tatum needs to
completely
stop
get that.
Work their
talking
bag
crazy,
off.
too.
He talks a lot.
He needs
Yeah,
to stop
to
I
the
think
refs.
I think this playoff run's going to say a lot about this team
No.
and these guys. You know,
Missoula, though, great coach. So I
Yeah,
think
oh,
he's
yeah.
keeping them a little more in the game
Yes.
than I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to be a good coach, but I didn't think this good. Obviously, with the Celtics having the situation they had before the season starting wasn't great. Even in the offseason, trying to trade Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant probably wasn't the best thing about publicity, considering we ended up keeping Jaylen Brown, so he didn't feel like he was wanted if we were shopping him. But considering the Celtics team they have right now, though, this team's, I don't know, they were very reliant on the three. That's one thing I don't like. But at the same time, we don't have a big guy that can, with Horford, that he's banged up. But Horford's not going to really be dominant in the paint, putting up 20 a night anyways. But having Robert Williams was a big difference.
Much better.
Bees.
Bees.
I love the Bruins.
Dude,
Bees.
I was trying to explain it to some of the kids up at school. There's two different like breeds of people that go. Like I've been to Bruins games and sat like next to people with like holes in their shirts, like
No, the Bees games, yeah.
baggy sweatpants, just hockey fans though. Like,
Yeah.
Like if someone gets checked up against the boards, they're leaving their feet. Like, but then you go to a Celtics game, like people are dressed like kind of nice, like
Yeah,
more
more
civil,
like
like-
these people. Like
yeah, it's crazy. Like I feel like the Celtics too, like especially because it's Boston, have a lot more like higher. Like not
There's energy for the
Yeah,
Bruins.
yeah,
There's different energy.
It's a
it's
more-
like a dirtier sport too. Like
Well, it's physicality.
It's prettier.
Hockey's a
Gritty's a good word.
It's a blue collar sport.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah,
has been.
100%.
And it's not even just hockey games; it's Bruins games. Because
Yeah.
I went to a Red Wings game right
I
before
went,
came
I went to
home.
a Predators game, bro,
It's
and
dead.
it's not the
Yeah.
same.
It's
not
the
same.
Red Wings. So it's the Red Wings.
tough season
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. So it's that, but they have so much young stuff to be happy about and be excited for about. But no one wants to be at the games. I was sitting at the game, and Riley, you're on here. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. We were at the game. We had two young girls behind us, who, within 2 minutes of sitting down, said, "I don't even think hockey's that exciting." They were 19th row back from the glass.
That's crazy.
Dude, you're at a
And-
hockey game. Doesn't matter who you're watching. Even Northeastern hockey. It's like,
Yeah,
you're at a
it
hockey game.
doesn't
It's unreal.
matter.
I love
It's
hockey. Just being there sick.
If you're there,
Paul's
you're there
Men's
to
League
watch
games,
hockey.
no joke, I actually
Yeah.
enjoy. Paul thinks I'm joking. I actually enjoy it. Like, I love hockey. I like watching it. I do.
Hockey's probably my favorite sport.
Paul thinks I'm joking. I would say, like, dude, I actually want to go and
very
watch his
exciting.
games. He thinks I'm kidding. It's like, no, dude, I actually like watching hockey. I think it's sick.
Yeah.
Breakaways. It's like unreal. It's exciting.
Hockey-
Celtics games, there's going to be
hockey's my
times I'm
favorite
walking up the
sport.
court. Hockey's always full speed. They're all going.
Hockey's
They're
the
all
only
going
sport
up
with a lot
ice.
of fight.
Yeah,
Hockey's
that's
the only
true.
sport
That's
with a lot of
awesome.
fight.
Awesome.
Hey, Dan just wrote a paper about should there be fights in hockey or not. My
You better
paper
say
was about
yes.
a salary floor in
You
baseball.
better say yes.
They should bring back more fights.
Should there be fights in hockey or
Allow
should
the
we get rid of it?
benches
Yes or
to
no? Go Red Wings. I'm with you there. Should there be fights in hockey? Yes or no? Should you get rid of them?
100%. There should be more.
Keep it.
Bro,
keep
if-
it.
Oh, absolutely.
If I
Keep
grew
it,
up in a
Jake.
different era, if I grew up in the fighting era, I'd be in the NHL right now.
You say keep it. Should they keep fights in hockey? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Fights, yeah.
All right, Mark's with
That's
it.
integral. Every time someone that doesn't know hockey comes up to me and says, "Oh, you play hockey?" Like, how do they just allow you to fight? That's the first thing they say. It's one of the first things they say. One, you're not really allowed to fight at the younger age, but that's
Not
a
high
different
school,
story.
all right. Not even college.
In
It's just the
pros,
NHL, right?
it's just like
Yeah.
it's one of the integral things.
in the AHL,
You
can
can
you?
fight in juniors.
Yes,
AHL,
you
you can
can
too?
AHL, anything above the age of
College.
8 of 20.
Any
No,
college.
anything. It's
Any league
so
advisors.
Any professional
any
league,
league,
technically, minor
you're allowed
league
to
or
use
professional,
visors. Yeah.
yes.
So, but hockey is part of the game. When
Fighting is part
I'm
of
going to use an
hockey, yeah.
example. Yeah, fighting. Sorry, yes. So, for example, when Panarin got hit in the face, he got
Yep.
hit in the head.
Yeah.
First thing that we saw was
Go Red Wings, Riley. You heard me.
Yes, yeah, he was saying that. We saw Reeves saying that, like, you need an enforcer. You can't have a team
Yeah.
of all skilled guys because you're going to get run through and you're going to get hurt and you're not going to be able to win a hockey game. You need
And you're not
someone
gonna be
to
able to
stand
stand
up for
up
your
for
team.
There's a
Yes.
degree,
You
though.
stick
I
up
think
for
it
yourself.
depends on the player. Dan wrote about this. There's a good example. Connor McDavid fighting in juniors and breaking his wrist or whatever. I think it depends on the player. I don't think every player should be
Yeah,
fighting.
no,
It
and
depends
that's
on-
not that's not
I think
what
it depends
fighting's
there.
been.
You know what I mean?
But not every
It's not
player's a
always that, though.
defenseman.
Exactly.
So
That's
for-
true.
for that
But I think it depends, though. Like, I know some people probably want to fight. Ovechkin gets into fights.
Not necessarily.
But I don't know if you
Yeah,
really
so-
want your stars getting
so
into fights,
one-
though, personally.
one
Because it
thing-
might get them hurt. I don't know. That's just how I
Yeah.
feel.
No, that's true. That's fair too.
So, the Anaheim Ducks, last year, we saw all those highlight goals between Trevor Zegras and who else is down there?
They traded a lot of
Sonny
their
Milano,
guys.
and they have all
Manson they got rid of.
But
and
they as soon as they traded Delorier
Lindholm.
last year,
Lindholm and Manson.
Delorier and Hampus Lindholm were their two big not fighters, but big physical guys who would throw a hit. They started losing game, and other teams would fight them, and they'd be too scared, and they wouldn't go for pucks in the corners, and they wouldn't battle.
You're right.
You need skill guys. I mean, you need fighters. You need strong guys for hockey to be hockey. You're not going to be able to win a hockey game with just skill guys.
I get that. I'm with that. PG, what do you think?
No, I 100%
Pretty
agree.
right.
Your life.
And like honestly, like when I looked at that Rangers roster the year, like like Panarin got like ragdolled basically, and nobody stood up for him because the whole team, nobody was really a fighter, And then when they turned around the roster, they traded a skill guy, Vucinovic, who was a power play weapon. He was unreal. I was like, why would you trade him for what they got back? Was like a grinder forward or whatever who isn't really in the lineup. It feels like, and then like a second round pick. They didn't get a great return. And then they signed Reeves, and I'm looking and I'm like, hey, how is this team going to be better than it was last year? And they were so much better.
They need.
were so much better.
It's a fear factor.
No, it's true.
It's a fear factor. Tom Wilson and Reeves, they are fear factors.
A goon is an unofficial position in hockey.
Absolutely.
Just like a
Not
goalie.
even
It's an
unofficial. I think it's
enforcer.
official.
I think enforcer.
I played more minutes. I played more minutes in junior hockey, and I got recruited for the college level because I can throw hits. Not because I put the puck in the net, because I definitely don't do that. I throw hits
No, you can
and I
tackle
stand up
stuff.
and I stand up for my teammates.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I play college
Someone
hockey.
needs to. I think that every sport you need someone to stick up for
Exactly.
your team.
I think that if you don't have that on your team, you're gonna fail.
That's one thing I like about the Clippers. I mentioned them already before.
Yeah,
They
right.
play very hard. They play very. I don't think I've seen any team in sports that plays as hard as the Clippers.
Ryan Hosea is dying in the corner with Jacob.
All right, I'm not gonna let you guys die here. You guys are We're doing music right now. Yeah, we're gonna talk music right now. That's what we're gonna transition to. Do you want to do time zone first, and then you want to play it live, or do you want to sing it? You want me to play it?
No, just play it.
Play it, Mark. Play it. Let's sing it. Y'all want to play it or sing it?
No, I mean we don't have instruments, so
If we
All
got
right,
the
all right, we'll
guitar-
play it.
I know.
I'll
it's tough.
sing. I'll sing it.
We'll play it live. Now you guys can hear it live in the studio here, so it's gonna be 1 second. It's gonna be
Fairly
Time
quick, Bob heard it
Zone,
live last
Phat
night.
Hosea, Mark Walsh, both in the studio, and Jacob Crew, who actually made the video. So here we go. 1 second here.
I'll draw it out of the base.
1 second. I'm gonna put our mics off here while they're playing it. So ready? Hold on. And now, hold on. Before I do that, I got you guys authorization to play. It's gonna be on the Spotify thing. Before they say that, hey, copyright. I got the
Yeah,
authorization.
you can do it.
I got the authorization. All right, great. Here we
You got
go.
authorization.
There we go. Jacob, you made the video. Okay, the authorization.
Oh, yeah.
Great. There we go.
It's so hot.
All my texts, you ignore them. Like a genie, I just wish you reappeared. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. My bed just ain't the same without you here. And all my texts, you ignore them. Like a genie, I just wish you'd reappear.
So jumping back in there, you guys just heard it. Time Zone was the first song. Only put part of it in there, which hopefully one of you guys wants to edit it, try to help me out with that. Make sure it's in there. Played part of it in the studio so you can hear what it sounds like in the studio. It sounds even better though. It's not going to sound as clear on a recording. It's just like unreal when you're in here and listening. Then played also Reappear, which is their first song together. So jumping into their music really quick. We'll get into cultural play hopefully just at the end very quickly because we're talking music. Ryan did a show last week in Vermont. Huge stage. I mean, there's a lot of people there and stuff. What was it like being on the stage? Get your opinion on that. What was it like being out there with that whole crowd?
Yeah, it was honestly like one of the craziest moments of my entire life. Like, I thought I was good at making music, but I didn't know people would like it when I first started. And then having people screaming your lyrics back at you is like an unreal feeling. And then just like there was probably at the time of my performance, there's probably like 500 people in there. So that's definitely like the most people I've ever performed in front of, and it's just like crazy seeing like people's emotions change because of the music that you're playing, and like watching them become a fan.
And I'm with you.
It's awesome.
I'm sure it was awesome. What was it like getting up there, being able to sing Time Zone live?
Yeah, so like
Rapid.
obviously like it's just crazy. Like it all started with a voice memo that Mark Walsh sent me. Like, and like to hear like that actual voice memo be played like on a stage, like that was like something I dreamed about. You know what I mean? Like performing that song, and the fact that I got to do it, like I don't know, it was just like unbelievable. Like we made that in my bedroom at one point in time. Like I was singing that, acting like I'm performing to people in my bedroom at one point, and then I'm on a stage in front of 500 people actually doing it. Like it was just crazy, and it was like a dream come true. It was so surreal, and like I still haven't like even come down from like that high. Like from like
Exquisite
still doing
lyrics,
it. Like
by the
it
way.
was crazy.
Unreal lyrics.
Yeah.
Lyrics are elite.
Yeah, we're looking on YouTube, and there's a guy that's like been commenting my lyrics for like a year. like
Dude, it's
on
elite.
the slow and reverb.
Time zone chasing is
Yeah.
worth it.
It's crazy,
Unreal.
bro. The guy has literally been commenting. I think I'm gonna comment back and be like, "It gets better, bro."
I gotta say thank you to both of you for not putting out terrible music and us having to be fake friends and be like, oh my god, it's awesome.
Dude, mine was
Thank you
kinda
guys
bad.
actually like
No,
it, yeah.
no.
Dude, Phat Hosea was pure.
I was
still
gonna say
listen to
I've
that.
always yeah.
I'm Phat Hosie's good, but like
Michael's
everything after that was buns for a
No,
while.
Aux Chord's elite. Never go down.
For a while.
Elite.
Never go down.
Never go down.
Oxford
No,
was really
no,
good.
no.
Six,
When
one, con,
six,
elite.
six,
one.
Late night elite.
617.
Those songs I
617
love.
elite.
Those songs I love.
Going through it again. Elite.
The song that changed it all. The song that changed it all was "Getting Money While You Asking." Because
good
when I
song.
made that song,
That was a good
that was like
song.
the first time I made a song, and I was like, "Yo, like this sounds really good. Like I really like this one." Like I made the other ones just because everyone else liked it, and people were like, "Oh, release more, release more, release more." That song was like, "Yo, like this is fun. Like I want to keep doing this."
Which one's your favorite song of all you made? I know obviously probably Time Zone's number one, but out of songs you made on your own, just you, out of your songs you don't have
me?
anyone featuring, yeah.
I don't know. I think all
Late
my
Night.
songs. Yeah, I really like Late Night.
Late
But,
Night's
like
elite.
I like the ones that like I kind of talk about my emotions more because like I don't know. It's a platform to do
Going
it.
through it
It's like
again?
a platform to do that. And,
Swim
like,
with the Sharks.
That's one of my favorite
like
songs.
some of the
Going Through It Again
stuff I
is one
say
of
in
my
a song like some of the lyrics like I wouldn't tell you guys like some of those things, so like that's how you find out about something.
Yeah.
It's like through my lyrics. So, I don't know, it's just any song that like has like an emotional like connection to it. Like every song that I've written since probably I don't know, like 2 years ago has been like a real life thing that happened to me. Like obviously at the beginning I was capping like, oh, I have all this money, all these cars, like, all these girls on me, but obviously
Bro, that's not cap.
Hey, Cal
Now,
Curry.
now only you, Jacob.
but like no, it's better now because like I literally am just being me and like talking about my life, and like it's crazy because like me and Mark will have conversations about it, like we'll literally just be like sitting there, and then we're writing a song like 2 minutes later, and like we had no intention of writing a song that night. Like there's been so many nights me and Mark have literally just sat down on a computer and made a song.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
No, it's unreal. I'm a big fan of you guys' music. Hopefully you guys have
This
more music
is gonna be
coming
the
out.
year.
I'll ask this, yeah.
2023.
New music coming out right before we get. I'm gonna have Jake and Paul talk about what it was like being at the concert. But before we get into that, you just started saying new music. What do you guys have coming out? Do you have any coming out? You guys working on things? There's no pressure
will
there, but
be over
you're
this
working
break.
on things.
Yeah, I'm sure
Right.
me and him will make something.
Yeah.
A song or three.
Yeah.
Yeah, no pressure there. But you guys
Yeah, my next
planning
release-
to put out new music
Yeah,
together.
my
right?
next release is probably gonna be a single in like January. Like at the
Okay.
end of January.
Will I get that exclusive text?
Yeah.
Within it? I
Come on,
don't know.
man.
I mean, I wasn't
I
cool
got
enough for a
you, I
little
got
bit,
you.
but
Nah, January though, and then I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know if I want to drop like an EP again or if I just want to go singles. But the next song is gonna be in January, and I don't know which one it is yet. That's why
okay.
I'm waiting.
What about you, Mark? You said also something in the next year.
Yeah, so I mean, I think something we've talked about for a while, which is something like we've only teased the idea of that I'd actually really love to do at some point, is like a joint EP where because we write so many of our songs together, even if we don't both end up on them.
Yeah, like going
Like-
through it again. Like you literally wrote that hook. Like,
Yeah, and so like the songwriting process, like
Mm-hmm.
you know, like when there's a song, I feel like both of us could be on. Like it happens enough where we could put together like a solid, like you know, EP of songs. You know, and like I know we've teased the idea before, but it is really something I think we should do.
And
You know,
the reaction we get every time it's me and you is like,
Yeah.
people love it. So
No, I'm a big fan.
It's nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know Jay May said he's gonna be nice and not pressure, but I'm totally gonna pressure Mark. Try to release at some point this year. Green Eye Girls or Green Eye Girl, is that what it is?
Green Eyes. Yeah.
Green Eyes.
Dreamin', please, dude.
That is, Green Eyes. That is
Dreamin's
probably my
elite.
favorite song I've ever heard you play.
Thank you.
Dream-
No doubt my
mine.
favorite play song.
yeah, this kid got.
He's got some.
Dreamin's mine.
The Vaults is
Prettiest girl I know, Dreamin'. I mean,
Lots
dude.
of hidden
This kid
bangers
is
that need to be
sitting on
released
money
ASAP.
pretty much.
Dude, I'm saying
Yeah.
Dreamin's so good.
Just sitting on money.
I gotta listen to it from my files, dude, because I've been saving my phone for their voicemail. Like, you gotta put that out, dude. I gotta stop having. I gotta listen to it on Spotify, not there. You know.
I wish I had that right now. I'm
should've got
struggling
that.
to make a song right now.
It'll come to
Yeah.
you.
Dude, it's hard. Making
Yeah, we do
songs
need
is
EP
hard.
from you guys. It'd be sick.
Every time I'm listening to Time Zone, I'm like that guy. I'm like, please, release some
Which I'm gonna
music,
ask you,
please."
Jake. What was it like making the music video? Obviously, you were a big part of that
It
with
was
the camera
fun.
and everything.
Honestly,
What was
like it was probably the most fun I've had filming something because we were literally just ourselves.
Yeah.
We literally we had a plan. We had somewhat of a plan what we were
Very
gonna do.
loose agenda.
But we literally like just went around, filmed stuff, and then we were like, "Oh, this is heat!" Like we were
Yeah,
like
and-
cast
and
up
when-
every
when-
shot.
When the idea came to like make a music video, like the first thing obviously I thought of was Jacob's doing this. Like,
Yeah.
Jacob is going to make this music video. So it was sick to like have all three of us
Definitely.
like all do something to. I want that to like be how it is like forever. Like I want
eventually-
this
all
to
the
be,
boys
like,
involved.
Like I want the boys
Yeah.
to be involved. Like me.
Yeah.
And
That's
Paul
what I'm doing
have
right now with
been- Me
this.
and Paul have been making some moves on the side.
That's what I'm doing right now with this, though. I mean, my
Right,
Raiders
right,
side, I love
that-
having you guys on. Like, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
we
We're all
like
mixing
doing this
our
stuff.
all that
Love
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Eventually,
I'm happy you guys
we'll
came on.
Eventually,
We've
we'll
been
make
killing
another
it.
music video again once these two get
Yeah,
clicking in.
Maybe I'll be in the music video this time,
And-
right?
This guy got a new camera now.
I want to.
finally, too.
I want to
I'm pumped.
make a documentary about the making of like not just Time Zone, but like just if literally like there's like a documentary on Disney Plus about the Beatles making music. Like I want to do that, but with
Fat
you
Hosea,
guys.
Mark
the
Walsh
real
special.
making of it.
I watch it.
Feature Cap Curly. Yeah, I'd be there.
That would be cool.
I'd be there.
That'd be sick.
You were at a show last week. Also, Paul was too. What was it like being at the concert?
First off,
Yeah.
it started out as like nuts because we had this whole plan going. Like me, Mark, Joe May,
James
you-
Hosey, Mark Walsh, Joey May, Larry, all three
but-
fell off.
But you
All
guys
three
got
fell off.
sick or you were busy.
I had 4 papers to do, so
Yeah,
it was
you were-
tough.
you
He
were
ended up being
pressured.
sick. James was going to be back Saturday. He couldn't because he got sick, and I was like, I have to be back
And
by Saturday because I
I
have
was
17
about to
papers to
leave,
write.
and then I get
Yeah.
the message, "Oh, Jacob needs a way up there. How are we gonna get him up there?"
I can't drive.
And then-
I got sick, so
and
it
then
was just-
we were
yeah, I
like,
couldn't
"Oh,
go.
do
It
we
was
like
tough.
do we Uber Jacob to Lowell, which is where I go to school, and like from Lowell to Boston, it's like 45, 50 minutes."
On a Friday, though?
If
hour,
you're
yeah.
lucky, yeah.
It's an
I didn't
hour.
even talk to the guy the whole ride. Well, a couple times I did, but that it was like.
You Ubered to him?
Yeah, I did.
Wow, Jake doesn't like Ubers, too.
He told me he Ubered. I thought he Ubered all the way to Burlington. I'm
Oh,
like,
no,
way.
no, wait. I don't hope it's a good driver.
Uber driver was so mad, bro. Definitely, because he probably like
No, they see
no,
it
but,
in advance.
no, but he probably sees like $27 trip. Like, yeah, I'm taking this
Word.
one. And then he's like, I have to go from Boston to Lowell and then come back down to Boston
Just to get
because
more
this
rides
kid
to
can't
Boston.
drive.
That was like 50 beans. That play was making.
It's
pretty-
worth it for the show, though.
I was honestly it was
show.
so worth it. It was so much fun. Like honestly,
For sure.
I'm like proud of the kid. Like he legit like
Yeah.
started
A lot of
out
big
and
names
just
at the show,
making
too.
like I don't know. It's just crazy. Like
I
I
think-
Started just
I
making
think-
music
I think
in your
when-
room in Flavia.
When I
And then
like,
you're on a stage.
when I like really like had it all like sink in and like realized like what had just happened was when Jacob said to me, he was like, "Dude, that was crazy. Like I always see you pumping up like fake crowds because like, I'm
He
always
was
doing
doing
like I'm always doing stuff like that. Like I'm always like pretending there's people in front of me. So like the fact that I had just done that, he was like, "Dude, it was weird seeing you do it and having people react to it." Like,
It was
like,
awesome.
I always do it to imaginary
the
crowds. So like,
funniest. It'd be so funny because you're
crazy.
like, thank you.
yeah, it's crazy because like I don't know, it's kind of just like a dream.
It really was. Zeebs?
I think when it hit me the most was when they didn't get the song at first because you don't know the song. I mean, a lot of people there didn't really. Not to be no offense, they didn't come for you, but like they didn't know the song at first. But like I'd say like towards the second chorus, like you said, "Where is she?" And they said, "She's in a different time." And the whole crowd. It was so cool.
And that picture.
That was so cool.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
I had the crowd, bro. For
You did.
for-
You got the crowd going. You
How
would-
long is time zone?
3 minutes and 12 seconds, I think.
I had that crowd. For
3:12 or something like
That
that.
was awesome.
That was sick.
That was
3
so
minutes and
much
something. 12 seconds, my guess, but I don't know. Sorry about that.
I was complaining about a bird. And Mark Walsh takes out his guitar and sends me a voice memo. Like,
Yeah.
and then I just performed
The
it.
rest is history.
And it was like 27,000 streams. Like,
I know. It's awesome.
I know. The boys are also proud of you, though. I know you just said that you like us, all of us being involved, but we're also like,
it's,
super
it's
proud of you
way
guys.
different though because it's the boys doing it together. It's not
Yeah.
just me. It's
Yeah.
the boys.
Like I said, this is the same thing here. Jacob with his camera.
I think
everything, you guys
anything
making
anything
video,
that we
it's like,
do, anything that we do, it's always gonna be the boys. So it's
Yeah.
We're all tight. Appreciative of you guys always. You guys know that. We passed Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving always.
Still thankful for my boys, man.
Still, that was thankful.
I love my boys, man.
I had them on right before Thanksgiving, actually. Now I have you
Yeah,
guys on right
that's
before
true.
Christmas. So
We had a little New York trip too, so
we did.
that
We
was, like,
recapped that, which was
awesome.
sick too. James was here for that, which was awesome. But no, we're all tight though. I'm all appreciative of every single one of you, truly. So
Yeah.
thank you guys though. Happy you guys came in too. This is lit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I had to.
Love you
We're
boys.
dying. We're all dying, and
Yeah, right.
I know you're all sweating.
Yeah, my coach is gonna be pumped when I get back to school. He's gonna be like, "Wow, you lose 5 pounds over break?" Yeah, it was one day. I was in a studio for 2 hours with no AC.
Look at all the like.
Yeah,
Oh no,
I'm
but they're like,
fogging-
we know
I'm
that.
fogging
up
up the windows in there.
I know.
But it's worth it though. We lit though.
Absolutely.
It's all love for the boys. We all know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All love, baby. All love. But
So,
really quick, right before we close the episode, what I usually do is just have quick hitting questions. You give me your top 3 or something, if it's a power ring thing or this or that type of thing.
I say, no, go ahead. If you have something, go ahead. I was gonna.
You go. No, start off. Go ahead. I got 2 or 3, but you start.
Favorite Christmas movie?
It was gonna be top 3, but if you got one,
Top
go.
three.
Grinch
You can
live
go top
action.
3 or
Grinch live
favorite.
action. Jim Carrey. best fucking. Excuse me.
Best
Christmas
No,
movie
you're
ever.
not alone now.
I'm not the only one.
Home Alone, Elf, It's a Wonderful Life.
Home Alone's not a Christmas movie. It's not.
Home Alone
It's
is.
not a
Home Alone
Christmas
is.
movie.
Home Alone is.
Bro,
a
it's
Christmas
not a
movie.
Christmas movie.
What is?
Home Alone.
It's
It's
not.
not a
It
Christmas
is a
movie.
Christmas
Theme of
movie.
it is like
It's not a Christmas movie.
No, it's just
not.
based. It's just based
Yeah,
on Christmas.
it happened during
Home Alone's
Christmas,
a
but it's not a
Christmas
Christmas
Die
movie.
Hard is a Christmas movie.
That's based
No.
on Christmas.
Bro,
Christmas movie. And again,
dude. Just because it's taking place during Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie. It makes it a Christmas movie when like Santa's involved and like there's a story and people are sad and then everyone
Santa
comes
is
together.
involved in Home
Alright,
Alone. Give him the Tic
obviously,
Tacs.
obviously.
Oh, he does.
But like I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
like
involved.
Christmas movies are like movies that bring you joy and like
Home Alone brings me
happiness.
joy. I love seeing.
No,
those
but
movies.
like a different type. Like yeah, it makes me happy watching it, but
It makes
it is
me
a Chri-
warm
it
and
is
the goal
I'm not
of
into
Christmas
Santa.
movies is joy and like cheer.
It's definitely a Christmas
So with
movie.
that being
Why-
said, what's your top 3 or what's your top 1?
Yeah, what is
I
it?
just,
Top
had to,
one.
I just had to get that out of the way.
Yeah, of course.
Top Elf.
Elf.
Yeah, Elf's number
You
one.
are basic.
Mine's
It's a banger,
mine's
bro.
Grinch, Home Alone, Elf. That's what I talked about. Home Alone's
Elf.
Grinch though, the actual one.
Yeah.
cartoon or the
No,
actual
No, no, like
animated
the
one.
cartoon
The
one.
animated and the cartoon both are heat.
Oh, I like both. I like both. I like both. I like both.
But
No,
Jim
the,
Carrey
obviously,
killed
yeah.
it.
The
Yes, he did. Definitely
the
did kill it.
live
He
action
definitely did
Grinch
kill
is
it.
nuts.
They both go
It is
crazy.
nuts.
They
It's
both
kind
go
of it's
crazy.
kind of scary how good at the Grinch he is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
He owned that role.
he is good with it.
You know,
All
he
right,
has
who's
a
up
train
next?
with a Navy SEAL.
Isn't there another one now too with Tyler the Creator or something?
What?
Oh,
Oh,
there
right.
was a new
Yeah.
animated
Yeah.
one or
it's
something.
other-
It
Yeah.
ain't gonna be better than Jim
48.
Carrey's. You can't redo that.
No, you
Never
can't.
seen that one, though.
No, you can't.
Who's up next off top? PG?
Uh,
You said Grinch.
Yeah.
Mark?
I already kind of gave my top 3, but
Mark's-
Home
yeah.
Alone,
Elf.
Elf, and then It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay, I respect that. It's one of our no one. That's a good
All
one.
right,
Classic.
top
Jake.
three, Dr.
Grinch?
Seuss bars.
Elf.
One fish,
All
two
the
fish.
places she'll go.
Best Christmas movie
Elf. Claus. It's like this Netflix movie. It's really
Is it
good.
scary?
Claus.
Yeah.
No,
What's the
it's
scary
really good.
Santa?
It's an animated one.
No, you're thinking of Jaws.
The shark one. Yeah.
And,
No. You're thinking of Violent
I would
Night.
say a third
That's
one.
actually-
I guess
Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming to town. The like
Expect it. I like that. That was a good top 3.
Did you say yours?
No.
Top 3? Yeah, go.
Either the the
Animated Grinch?
Animated Grinch, and then the with Tim Allen. I think it's Fred
Oh, the
Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah,
Fred
the-
Claus.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
That's a
the
good
Santa-
movie.
Yeah, that
Santa
one.
Claus
Fred
I've seen
Claus
that,
is
yes.
a good movie though.
Yes. And Fred Claus is
First Claus is
That's a
good.
funny
Yeah,
one.
it's another good one. There you go. It's good. So that was movies.
Joe,
Favorite
did
Christmas
you go?
songs. Yeah, I gave my 3.
man.
Elf, Grinch, and Home Alone.
Camila.
I
Top
love so
3.
many Christmas songs.
Camila Cabello.
That's lazy.
The one she just made.
She's bad.
Just the one she just made.
You can get it.
Who,
That song's buns though.
Yeah,
That's still white.
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah, you know. But I would say my top 3 though.
Yeah,
Do
go
they know
ahead.
what's Christmas Band did? Number 1, best Christmas song. I don't even know if it's matched.
Grandma got ran over by a rain.
That's a good one. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Unreal.
The most
Love that one.
time. Dude, did you know
Rocking
Paul
around the
McCartney
Christmas
has
tree.
Little Saint Nick
Yeah.
Beach Boys. He.
And it's
Oh, that's a good one.
bro. I didn't know it was
That's a good
him.
choice.
For
What'd
my
you say?
entire
Having a
life.
Wonderful Christmas?
Yeah, that's the one.
Unreal.
Bro, I had no idea that was
Step
in
into
my
Christmas,
entire
Elton
life.
John.
Bro,
Wait,
my
what?
What
entire
song
life,
did you say?
I thought it was like this
Simply
white
having a
guy
wonderful Christmas.
Oh, yeah,
in his
that's a
own
song.
bedroom,
Yeah.
just like doing
I
whatever
know.
he does. It's Paul McCartney though.
I
Like,
said I knew.
I didn't.
it was
I didn't know
nuts.
that.
I thought it was
Someone-
some random
someone
guy.
with Yoko Ono and John Lennon.
I
Alright,
don't know
you-
if Yoko Ono's in it, but War is Over, John.
Paul
Lennon.
McCartney though. That's your number 1.
Yoko has like one line.
She probably, yeah.
I also really like.
I think.
I don't know who it's by.
Feliz Navidad.
I think it's Josh Groban, the one where it's talking about buying the shoes, and it's.
Is that-
Oh no!
Christmas
Yes,
song.
that is
That
Josh.
song is so
Yeah,
sad.
that is
Yeah.
Josh Groban.
So
Yes.
sad,
You know
but
that
I
one?
love that song.
Any Josh
It's,
Groban song can be heard.
it's,
on
Yeah,
like,
Josh Groban obviously is gonna be mine because
Is he the
my
one
laid
mom-
in
my mom
money out?
comes that
I
in my
can't-
ear.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard
I
that.
think
My mom's
Jingle
a
Bell
huge
Rock.
Josh Groban.
Jingle Bell Rock's unreal. I love that.
Yeah,
love that
yeah.
song.
Michael
There's so
Bublé's
many
got a lot of good
classics.
ones.
If
Michael
you
Bublé's
look
got
at
heat
it, buy
ones.
Michael Bublé.
What
What is
Higher-
it? Oh,
everything
yeah.
else is
Favorite
Yeah,
ones to
yeah.
hear at the Kelley family Christmas party.
Hey, last Christmas.
Rudy the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
All right, wait. That's actually a good transition. Really quick before we get to the everyone else's opinions. Kelley family Christmas party. Favorite part of it. The 652 people. We only know 7.
Dude, my favorite part of it was running into someone like outside before the party, and then like realizing that's my cousin once I get downstairs and like I'm
Yeah.
talking and I'm like, holy crap,
Who
that's
are
my
running?
cousin.
We
Like,
don't
I
know
thought
them.
that was just some other person on the
We don't
street.
know any. Like there's
Bro,
600
yeah,
people in the party.
there's people in that room that I still don't think I've ever talked to. my entire life.
I asked James this, and he gave me an over-under. I'm going to ask you. There's 350 people probably at a Kelley Film Christmas party, right? Over-under is 42.5. You can identify and say their name. Can you name 42.5?
Under.
And then I changed it, adjusted line 33.5. He still was under.
I am too, bro. I have my first cousins, you, the Giacomos.
That's it.
And I think that's it. Yeah, like
and Uncle Eddie. Kids
yeah,
Uncle Eddie.
And
Uncle
I know
Eddie.
like Jackson and his
Tristan,
family,
yep. Uncle
like,
Eddie's a legend.
Uncle Eddie, obviously.
Uncle Eddie's
I don't
a
know
legend.
though. After that, I'm screwed.
33.5 is actually a tough line.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
it's
screwed
still
after
tough.
that. How many cousins do I have?
I don't know. We both have like 400.
Considering you just said this
My-
all
I mean,
350 people, there's probably a lot of cousins.
I'm like first cousins. Like,
At least two.
How many,
Yeah,
how many,
at least.
How many are my first cousins? Like,
About
Probably
6.
15. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that all that, right?
Over under 2.
At least
I don't think I'd know 33 people at that party.
No, it's tough. It is actually hard. It is actually tough.
Dude, and we share DNA.
Yeah.
Dude, Mark comes to the Christmas party. No one knows. Everyone just thinks you're in the family. Everyone thinks Mark's
I
in the
mean,
family.
no one knows
That's
anyone, I
tough.
guess. So I just come out, like, I'm
No
all
one
for it.
knows. Mark should get on the stage and sing. I don't know why you guys haven't.
Dude,
but,
honestly,
why not?
we should bring back the Christmas party and like pay families to show up as like Kelley's and like just see if anyone realizes like those aren't our
No one
cousins.
would know, dude. Do you know how many people that would come and just eat donuts?
If we just filled it in, like and like had the presents like up at the tree and everything, and
No one
like
would
just
know.
let everything roll through, people would just be like, I guess she kind of looks like someone.
Yeah.
So, like maybe it's my
Hey,
cousin.
one of the ugly gifts up. Hold your gift up. Hold your gift up.
Dude,
How many times you made that over-under? I said to your brother, and he gave me an over-under. I think it was 62.5. At a Kelley Film Christmas party, over-under how many times? It's over-under 62.5. I think it's over.
Saying hold your
gifts up. Because
Yeah.
there's like 20 people that go, and he probably says it 4 times to every single person.
Yeah, hold your gifts up, hold your gifts up, hold your gifts up. Yeah.
Over under
that's an
62
over.
and a
That's
half.
an over.
It's an over. Adjusted line, 83 and a half.
I'm hammering.
83 and a half over under. You still going. I still go over. Slight over. Like 86, 87.
I'll take the money line.
Right
on
there.
The dot, right on the dot.
Right on the edge. I love it. Right on the edge. Who else didn't go for their favorite not Kelley family songs? Not favorite Kelley family songs. Mine was Rudy the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Did you give your number
Rudy?
one? Rudy.
I
he
said-
sings Rudy the
I
Red-Nosed
said,
Reindeer rather than Rudolph.
I don't know what
He
it's
goes
called.
Rudy the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's what he does. He says
Really?
Rudy.
Really?
The Josh Groban song about Christmas shoes is my favorite song.
Josh Groban.
That they sing at the Kelley Film Christmas party, or
Oh,
just in
no,
general?
that one's Rudy. Right now.
Rudy.
Only because it was Rudy, not Rudolph.
It's never Rudolph.
It
It's
was
always
Rudy.
Rudy the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, I think about the actual song. I'm like, well, no way.
No,
I'm like,
he
what?
sings.
I'm
It's
like,
live. They live.
I got
Sing
you.
live.
I got you.
Two people get up there every year.
That makes more sense.
Can you identify either one or no? I just
Can't
know
tell you the names.
2 people every year though, always. Which I know their names, but
I can't.
Oh,
Frank
I know
Smith.
who they are.
Frank Smith,
Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande.
So good.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a good song.
Mistletoe,
Such a good
Justin
song.
Bieber too.
Yeah.
On in the car. God.
Yeah, we should listen to that.
Yeah.
Do they know what Christmas
What about-
movies do? Who hasn't gone?
Who did the mistletoe? Like, shooting with you.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That's Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber did Mistletoe.
I'd listen to that in the middle of May.
Oh, I listen to Do They Know It's Christmas in
That's a
July.
bang.
I'm walking down the street in 70,
what's the
75,
one,
80 degree weather listening.
Do they
Do They Know It's Christmas? Do They Know It's Christmas? Band-Aid's my number one. Number one song. I listen to that in July. It's such a good song.
Is that the live?
Feed the world. Let
Yeah,
them know it's
that OD
Christmas
song?
time. So good.
Yeah, great.
Unreal song.
So many good Christmas
Anything
songs.
off Snoop Dogg's Christmas album?
Yep.
that all bang.
What was that? What was
We
that
should do a
scene
live
in,
performance of it.
Pitch
We should.
Perfect. When
Heat song.
Mark Walsh also has an unreleased New Year's song.
Yeah, New Year's.
Year's?
song.
Uh-oh.
Make that a thing. Make that a
Dude,
thing.
I was at a class at Berkeley, and they said we're looking for submissions as the Boston New Year's event, and they want someone to play an original song. And I wrote a song, and I never submitted
It's
it.
so good.
Damn.
Theme, story of my life.
We should listen to it in the car.
It's a good song too, actually.
Yeah.
One Direction. One Direction created the best music ever.
Yeah.
I'm fine with saying that too. One Direction created the best music ever. Patrice Gerard knows.
Do they have any
Shout out
Christmas
Patrice.
songs? I think they do, right?
They were at Do They Know It's Christmas, one of the, because every single year they have like artists come in and sing it.
Yeah.
But they don't have any Christmas songs like.
Damn,
on
they
the
should
album or
have. I
anything.
don't know. Their management flagged on that.
Best music ever created though.
Yeah.
100%. Every single album. Every album was unreal.
All right.
Who hasn't gone yet?
Who'd win in a fight? Frosty the Snowman
Or Jacob.
or the Snowman from Elf?
Yeah, or me.
Or Jacob.
Snowman from Elf, he has more grit.
He's older.
Wait, who's the other one?
He's the
The snowman
same
from
snowman.
He has more
from
grit, bro.
Ralph
He's
Red
older
Nose
though.
Reindeer, too.
Grit.
He's old.
Grit. He has a mustache too.
Yeah, I'll go him. He's got authority.
Frosty doesn't know what his name is.
Frosty's win a week.
I'm sorry I even brought up the question.
Frosty was a win a week.
It's not even close. It's not even
Frosty's
over
a
there.
week.
It's over.
Who hasn't gone for Christmas songs though? Who hasn't gone yet? Everyone's gone.
I think everyone
Everyone went.
Yeah.
Everyone went. We can stay on the Christmas trend. I have a top 3 food place in Boston to eat. That's also a good question. If you want to transition to that. Top 3 places to eat. It can be anything: bakeries, restaurants, fast food restaurant, anything. Anyway, chain restaurant, anything.
Do I have to do Boston or can I get?
Can you go greater Boston?
No.
How far are we talking? Great.
One honorable mention outside of Boston.
Okay, yes. 3 that are in Boston, 1 honorable mention. I like
All
it,
right,
Kenny.
my number 1 in Boston
What is it?
is probably
3 food places
Woody's
in Boston,
Pizza.
1 outside.
Okay.
over by Northeastern.
What is it?
Yeah, I know
What is
what
this?
it is.
Woody's, it's called.
It's good.
It's like Fenway area.
Yeah, it's right there.
Bomb pizza.
It's
Bomb
top 3
pizza,
food
and
in
their
Boston.
chicken wings are wicked good. Their buffalo wings are nuts. One time I was late for a baseball game, like 3 innings late, because I went and got chicken wings from Woody's.
Was it worth it?
Yes. I was supposed to pitch. I was supposed to start that game, and I had to call my coach. I was like, I'm in traffic. Like, I can't go. And I legit went and got chicken wings.
Is that the place with James?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then I still ended. I didn't even pitch. It was a playoff game, and I had to pitch the next day
Yeah,
It's worth it though.
instead.
That's
Then-
second.
Yeah.
It's not number 1 though. Wow.
No, that's number 1.
Oh, it is number 1. Okay, got you.
'Cause of the
What's
win.
second? I got my top 3.
I really like Sal and Betty's, which is Sal's now, right?
Yeah.
Sal and Betty's is bomb.
You just reminded me of one.
I got my top 3 ready too, but you got your third.
Molinari's probably. I love Molinari's, dude.
It's good.
And then my honorable mention, my favorite restaurant in America is Rosetti's in Winthrop. So good, dude.
It is heat.
So
So many
dude.
good ones. I'm thinking Eastie too. There's so many good
Oh,
ones.
dude, Reno's is an
Santapio's.
That counts. That counts as Boston.
what I was
Reno's is probably my top
Santapio's is
three.
Boston.
Reno's is not even close to Rosetti's though. Everyone always, in my family at least, talks about those two. They go head to head a lot. Reno's is not better.
That is not the move.
If you go to
That's pretty good top
family,
3 though.
That is not the move.
I want to go next top 3.
Rondo's.
Rondo's is my top 3. Rondo's is my top 3 for
When
sure.
you said Sal and Betty's, I thought of
Oh,
Rondo's.
Rondo's is my
That's why
top
I
3
said,
for
yeah.
sure. I was
Rondo's
ready. I
is
had
in
on
there.
lock ready to go.
Canes.
Canes? Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Town Spa.
Ooh, that was my
Yeah, T-Spot's your honorable.
That's
You need a
my
third in Boston. More in Boston.
Bovis.
Yeah, it's outside. Bovis.
Bovis definitely is.
Bovis. Okay.
That's the
All right.
You said half my picks.
Kenny, go.
All right, so I got my first 2 picks are for the food itself. Bobas, late night croissants.
Yeah.
Go hard.
Yeah, they're intense.
Bro, I can go for one right now.
And then
Jacob's never
Stashes, chicken parm sub.
Okay.
I respect that.
Dude,
Write that one
yes.
down.
What did you say?
Yes.
Stashes,
Yeah.
chicken parm sub goes hard.
Bomb.
You know Schuler Street, those went hard. Schuler Street, that went hard.
The one, dude,
Dude,
every time we would call that session, they'd be like, "Yo, are you on the right? Are you calling the right one?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
"Yes,
you have to
I
make
am."
sure, yeah.
Tested the one in Norwood. Specifically, the one in Dorchester is good.
Yeah, it's
No,
so good.
the
one across
Westy
from the
one's
zoo.
good too. The Westy one's
the one
good.
across from the zoo. I don't even think I'll try another one after my
Oh,
experience.
on Blue
in
Lab, you're
Norwood.
talking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
across
yes,
from the
yeah.
zoo. So
And then
good.
Santapio's, and then outside of Boston is
Town Spa.
yeah, Town Spa.
Yep.
All right. Jake, you go yet?
I basically everyone said my favorite, so.
You got Bovis.
Bobas, Rondo's.
Rondo's so good.
Dude, low key though,
I guess
people
Canes.
sleep on Papagino.
Canes is good.
Canes.
I feel like
Papagino's.
Papagino's peaked.
My top 3, there's one that I don't know how you guys didn't mention. Sully's. That's
Oh,
top 3.
my God.
Hundo
I was
P.
thinking
Sully's is top 3. I
because
don't know how that
it's-
wasn't
it's
mentioned.
not
I mean,
open.
That's true. That's
Year
all,
round.
I thought you were
it's
asking.
still
Yeah,
elite. For the
I
time
know.
it is open, it's still number
That's
1
a
no matter
turn off for
what.
me though when I'm.
Yeah,
when I'm
I
ranking
agree,
it.
'cause
Like,
I-
I can't rank it that high.
Because
It's
Oh.
so
Get it.
overrated. It's so overpriced.
I got Rondo's 1. Sully's was 2, but no, actually false. Regina's Pizza
Also-
1.
also-
Regina's 1.
Hamburgers are just a turn off.
No, bro. No, bro, if you're gonna do Regina's, it has to be the real Regina's.
And little friends, yeah.
That one, you can't do the Faneuil Hall one or any of those fake ones. You
Regina's
gotta do the
1.
real one.
No, you
Regina's
just
1.
said it so casually. That's what made me laugh.
Regina's 1. Rondo's 2.
no,
Sully's 3. That's my
What's
top.
your
fair.
what's your outside?
honorable
What's your
mention,
honorable mention?
I
Yeah.
don't mention outside the city. Oh, okay.
I
that's a good one.
I
That's a
think
good
I know what
question.
yours and mine is, and I was gonna say it for next, but I didn't want to say
I'm
it.
trying to think, dude. I'm actually struggling.
You were gonna be kicking yourself that you didn't think of this.
All right, I'll let you go, and then I'll probably side with you at the end of the day.
All right, my top 3: Rondo's,
Yep.
Santapio's.
Yep.
I kind of can't even. I don't want to do it.
You
It's
think
just the
Santapio's
third
is
one.
better than
I think-
Regina? like by a long shot, or do you think
No, they're good.
It's
They're
not.
both-
It's not by a long.
They're both
I
pretty
think,
close.
I think it's.
It's very.
Oh, I got it. I know what you're talking about.
what it is?
It's way outside the city. We're talking different state here. 99-cent pizza, New York City, dude. Number one. Give me some, my boy. You know, dude.
That was
Number
so
one,
good.
dude. Dude, it was so good.
Go, dude. Do you know which one you want?
No.
It's called 99
There's
cents.
a few of them. Though.
That's my honorable
You gotta
mention.
go. It's
Oh,
actually
Joe's
called
Pizza.
99-cent
Dude,
pizza.
there-
Oh, Joe's
there's
Pizza.
a couple
Yeah.
of them that are just called 99
We know.
cent pizza.
That's
No,
what the
but
one
this one
mentioned.
are like
Big
dollar
sign.
food.
No.
There's some that are one.
There's some. There's more than just.
There are multiple stores that are
Yeah,
called
but they're-
$1.00 pizza, and then there are some that are just called DOLLAR pizza. And then there's some that 99-cent pizza. There's like 5 different ones.
And it has red writing on it and stuff.
That's the dollar one we went to. They all have red writing.
Was
on
that
it.
the
They
one?
all have red
Were we
writing.
in Hell's Kitchen when we went to that one?
Yeah,
Which
Hell's
one?
Kitchen 99-cent pizza.
99
That was the
pizza,
one.
right? Is that-
I mean, there's
Oh,
more
we're
than
near
one,
Hell's Kitchen.
but that's the one.
Are we talking
You know
about
what I
Wendy's and Quincy? Is that my
I would
honorable
have
mention?
no.
Wendy's and Quincy.
All right, and
Wendy's and Quincy.
I
Bro,
can't even.
Burger Frosty, that can't be number
Can't
one.
even think
I was
about
waiting in
it.
line. Tell them about that. What did I do that day? I waited in line.
The
I
Yeah,
honorable
yeah, you went back in line in the drive-thru.
I was in the drive-thru.
Yeah, I know.
What is yours?
The honorable mention, Golden Temple.
Oh my god! Oh my god! How did I forget it? Okay, I quit. I quit. Quit.
The honorable mention. right
Quit.
there.
That's crazy.
No,
That's a wait.
What's
Yes.
what's the pizza place in Jaffrey?
Oh my
Pizza
god, yeah,
Haven.
Pizza Haven. Pizza Haven.
Pizza
Another
Haven.
What's
one.
that place called? The chicken.
Oh, Cooper Hill. Cooper Hill, New
Cooper Hill,
Hampshire.
bro. Cooper Hill chicken.
Oh my god.
There's nothing better than that.
No, it really isn't.
Bro,
I'm gonna
it
fucking
melts-
die
it
of
melts in your
starvation.
mouth.
Starving now.
We're at 3 full hours. We're at 59:39 right now. So the other one was 2 hours. We're at 3 hours. I think we're at 3 hours. You said yesterday, all right, so players are going to the studio, just talk sports for 3 hours. You did it. I said hour and a half. You did it, right? You did it. I mean, it worked out. But that was pretty good, though. I mean, wow, we really hit everything. And you actually haven't been on here yet? You haven't been on here? I've gotten their 3 before. I think I've got Jacob's. Favorite 3 Boston athletes ever. Go.
Ever?
Mine was Alex Verdugo, because I had a current one in there. It was Verdugo, Isaiah Thomas, and who was my other one? Who was my other one? It was Isaiah, Verdugo.
I know my number one. It's
Maybe Ray
easy.
Allen. I can't remember the other. Oh, it was Manny Ramirez.
My number one by a long shot is Jason Varitek. By a long
Respect it.
shot. I
Why
fucking
I
love
want
him,
to play
bro.
catcher. That's
Yeah,
exactly
dude,
why I
he's
want
the
to play
reason
catcher.
why I want
That's
to
the only
play
reason I
catcher.
want
And
to
then
play
he's the
catcher.
reason why I got All-Star catcher's gear, because he had All-Star catcher's gear. So Varitek, David Ortiz, and probably I don't know. I loved Shawn Thornton when he was on the Bruins.
I was thinking the same thing.
I love Shawn Thornton.
Have you ever
or
told-
Lucic.
have
I
you
really
ever
like
said-
Lucic too.
Have I ever said that story
But
about Shawn
Tim
Thornton?
Thomas had
Which
one
one?
good year in my eyes.
My buddy's dad getting hit by a car.
No, I didn't know that.
My buddy's dad got hit by a car. They were going to the Bees game. He got hit, banged up. He was fine. The car behind it was Shawn Thornton. They were going to the Bees game, so he's like, "Oh, I'll take your kids. Just whenever you get someone over, just have them say that you know this guy, yada yada." Brought him down to the locker room, walked him down around, brought him on the bench before the game. He got to meet a bunch of the players. My buddies were like probably 5 and 6 at the time.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Nah.
So
He's in my top 3 now.
Exactly.
That's a great story. Revise
I
it.
have a signed stick by him in my room.
That's sick. So he's in both your top 3s. It's just
yeah,
cool.
I would say Orr, Varitek, Shawn Thornton, and for a current player, Marshawn.
Okay, yeah.
love
I like a current player in there too.
Marshawn.
You got a
Love
Current player. If
We're
I
gonna
had to
miss
pick
Have a
one,
current player.
mine's
That's why I put Verdugo.
Mine's
He's my
Smart.
favorite now. Marcus Smart.
That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
respect it. I respect it. We all given.
I got a Bobby Orr story. My dad's close friend growing up. She was getting into a cab one time, and Bobby Orr got on the other side of the cab.
No way.
And she was like, "Oh my god, like it's such an honor to meet you." And like, so she was like, "Am I really about to steal a cab from Bobby Orr?" Like, and she was saying, "I'm sorry, like I'm just going to the hospital to see my dad. Like he just got admitted for whatever." He said, "Why don't we go pay him a visit?" So he went up to the hospital
No
with
way.
her
What
to
a
see her dad. Her
beauty.
dad was a
That's
huge
sick.
fan. Her
What a
dad was a
beauty.
huge
That's
Bobby
so
Orr fan,
sick.
yeah.
Such a be- I love
Isn't that
being
awesome?
I
Yeah,
love it.
It's nice. It's nice when you realize that like these massive that's a celebrity. That's
Yeah.
not just a hockey player. That's a celebrity.
One of the greatest of all
He's
time.
a normal person. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It is when that. I like it when they're nice too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
You have a nice story
It's-
about them.
It goes a long way, you know.
Really does.
Buddy Hield, I told you that.
Yep.
Buddy Hield, I'm trying to meet the Kings when they were here in Boston in 2019. I was trying to get De'Aaron, didn't get De'Aaron unfortunately. Buddy Hield comes out with like 3 bags, and there's like 6 or 7 people that are waiting to get autographs signed. Not many. No one's there to see the Kings except really me, but 6 people there. I'm one of the 6.
They have
I'll
clean
say that.
uniforms too.
They have clean unis. I love their
I've heard of
unis.
purple,
I love their
so
black
clean.
unis with the purple
I love
lettering.
purple.
But oh no, of course you do. Same. But anyways, Buddy Hill comes out 3 bags he has, and he says, "Oh, I'll be back in a second. I'll sign. I got to go on the bus first." And everyone's like, "Oh, there's no way he's gonna sign, dude." Like, he got on the bus, comes out a minute later, signs for everyone, takes pictures with everyone, signs autographs. I got a picture that was sick. and he actually took the time to put his like stuff down and everything. Not many athletes would have done
What a
that.
guy.
That's like
I have a couple Boston athletes I'll tell you about.
what's his
I'm not
name?
going to do it live on air because I
Dexter
don't need to roast
Fowler.
them, but
He was the same.
That's awesome.
I have a couple Boston athletes that did not do the same, but it's okay. One in particular that
Dirty.
you guys,
Power
one in particular you guys all love that we were talking about tonight.
Oh, I heard that story. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
Twice. It was actually not two Boston athletes. It was meeting the same one twice. But anyways, that's the episode. Anything else you guys want to add in before we close for someone has a heat stroke? Before anyone has a heat stroke, anything else?
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Heat stroke's already hitting me.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna be at home now.
This won't be the last time.
No, I'm psyched you guys came in. Truly, this was an honor.
We'll be back.
And I'm happy I got you guys in here all at once. I mean, at the end of the day, it did make it harder, but it worked out, didn't it? Like, surprised the sprinklers didn't go up because of the temperature.
Bring
Okay.
one of those fan necklaces next time.
Yeah, we need it.
Or one
From
of
the
spray-
baseball
or
games,
one
the
of
ones my
spray
mom had?
bottles, Yeah,
Like the
dude,
spray?
your mom was so clutch with
She
those.
always had those. She was always
She was
ready.
clutch.
Your mom's
More
always
than
back
that.
with everything.
Oh, she's still listening right now.
Make
You think I'm
one-
kidding? My mom's still listening. She was literally texting me live.
Just want to make one
Riley-
statement.
Riley
If
is
you
too.
ever
Thank you,
need to-
Riley.
The best weight loss program is Joy Mailari's show. You will lose 5 pounds. in
Minimum.
in this
Minimum.
Yeah, if I kept going, you
I've
guys would
tried,
have 10.
I've tried Jenny Craig. I've tried just going to the gym. There's nothing like JMA's podcast. Swear to God.
Dude, we're almost at midnight. It's 11:57.
No way.
Yes. All right, so the circle's toast now, which is okay.
Yeah.
And they close at 1. But anyways, that wraps up the episode. Thank you guys so much for coming in. This was awesome.
Absolutely.
Once again, it truly was an honor having you guys come in here and talk sports. And it wasn't even just sports. We talked everything, which was awesome. Hockey was actually the first hour. First hour was hockey, which was awesome.
I think that is like a fact about our friend group. We're hockey fans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we all follow. I never
Like,
played,
bro,
but I'm into college hockey. more,
Also, it's funny too. Two things that we talked about: hockey and food. I have memories watching the Bruins
In the Grinch.
eating Golden Temple.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
outside. Yep.
the reason we got Golden Temple was because the Bruins were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So like it's not like it was just a coincidence.
No,
like
yeah.
like we celebrated the Bruins being in the playoffs by getting Golden Temple and watched the
So now you root for them to make it. Just
Exactly.
to make it.
That's
We
crazy.
ain't going.
That's the only reason we care for them to win. Just
Yeah,
so
that's
go
it.
to-
I-
These
I-
playoffs equals Golden Temple.
Yeah, if
Why
the
not?
Bruins aren't in the playoffs, I have
No
to
more.
convince my mom a little bit more.
Hey, I said your mom like she was listening to. I mean, we had a
Nice.
ton of people listening. So thank
Yeah.
you guys so much, everyone who listened
Yeah,
in.
thank you
Riley
for
Keaton
everyone
was
who
one of the
Love
biggest
y'all.
fans. Mackenzie listened in. Thank you, Mackenzie, for listening in. I appreciate it. The whole Hosey family. I sent it to James. I sent it. I don't know if Joe Ho even tuned in. I know he's in Florida, so probably didn't. But Linda was listening for a little bit. Shout out to Linda. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy belated birthday to her. Hopefully she had a great day.
Absolutely.
Having Ryan was the best
Moms.
gift you could have. I'll say that. So hopefully she had a great birthday. But shout out to the whole Hosey family. All your families, everyone, honestly, at the end of the day, even if they're not listening or not, very thankful and appreciative of you guys. My family as well. My mom was listening in. Still to the
Let's say Jen and
second.
Janley were here.
Still to the second. I know. Would be better, right?
No
Lazo?
connection.
No, they were here. They were
Oh, they
listening.
listening?
They were listening.
Lazo was
For
listening?
a couple hours. Yeah, they were.
Shout out to the
they were
Kenny
here until,
family,
like,
shout out to the
time
Kelley
zone.
family.
They were here for a while.
Shout out to the Gerard family. Shout out to the Walsh family. Shout out to the Hosey family. Shout out to the Bailey. Why not?
Shout out to
Ryan
Kellys.
Walsh, too. Shout out to the Kellys.
Kelley's.
Love it.
And don't forget the EY.
No, the EY, I can't forget that. And some other families always listen in. The Loftus family, our family friends with Cape, they're always listening in. Shout out to the Curry family. I said that. You know,
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I said every
I didn't
family's
hear it.
name.
I didn't.
Ryan knows. He looks around.
I
After I
didn't
said,
hear
I
it.
think
I didn't hear it.
he
I
made
didn't
sure I
hear
hit
it.
every name.
Shout out the Bud Weezy King. Shout out his queen too.
You know who you is. You know who you is.
No, we hit everyone though.
family, Walsh family.
Of course. Shout out to the Key family. They always listen in. Our family friends from the Cape. The Loftus family as well. Shout out to Auntie Lisa. She's always listening in. If you are listening in, I apologize. It's midnight now almost. 11:59. 27 seconds in here. We're 3 hours and 6 minutes into the episode. So, anything you want to add in, Ryan?
If you're a person and you got a family, shout out to you.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening this whole semester. I appreciate it. I'll be in the studio next semester at some point. I don't really know what my time slot will be since I'm looking for a consistent one rather than just flip-flopping the whole entire semester. So hopefully I'll find a consistent time slot, let you guys know. But until then, I will be doing podcast episodes over winter break. Keep you guys posted about that. With that being said, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this. As always, I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Your families, everyone listening, everyone live on air. That's Ryan whispering into the microphone. Thank you guys listening. If we're listening, I appreciate it. Hope you guys. I can't even speak. I can't speak English. I mean, for 3.5 hours in here now. Now we're starting to slow
Thank
down.
ya.
But thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good one. Happy holidays.
Go Bees.
Yeah. There you go, baby. Love it.